Morning, this is Gracie Opulenza and I'm all about eccentric and opulent lifestyle. You can find out a lot more about me on Gracie Opulenza. I'm in Italy, I'm in Umbria, and I'm on a real estate property hunt looking for a long-time rental, which you can read on gracieopulenza.com, the challenges. Now let's talk about coffee. Coffee trends. I've actually met Mr. Illy in Alta Badia a few years back. Obviously, not the original Mr. Illy, but the next generation. I live in Southeast Asia as well, so I've brought coffee beans from Chiang Mai, and I've bought coffee beans from Laos. I know. And then we've got Mr. Illy. Now, the first thing that you need to know about coffee is this. Did you know that once you grate the coffee bean, you need to consume the coffee within 3 days? I'll say it again. Did you know that when you grind the coffee bean, you need to consume it within 3 days? Thailand, Laos, Italy. Coffee comparison. When I was in Laos, I had this coffee every day. It was delicious, very different to Mr. Illy. It was creamier, not so bitter, and I could have it without sugar. Good coffee you do not have with sugar. And the Chiang Mai or the Thailand coffee, completely different again. I found it depends what blend you're going for as well. I can't remember, so this is why we're going to do a couple of comparisons. And did you know coffee is grown in Vietnam? I haven't got any Vietnam coffee. This is my coffee grinder. Isn't this cute? Okay, I just bought it. It's a replica, but it's cute. I've not used it yet, so oh my goodness, this better work. And then I'm going to have my freshly squeezed orange juice as well. Oranges are in season here in Italy. And I have my apple. Now I am in a villa, which is old and cold. You can look on YouTube how to keep these historical tiles clean. And I've been running the fire pretty much all night. You can look at the cast iron trends that reflect heat to keep the chill out of the villas. The chill. Did you understand the word? The chill won't keep you ultimately warm unless you're putting your buttocks on that fire. So this is how I have my breakfast. Let's go back to the coffee. I am now got coffee from Thailand, coffee from Laos, coffee from Italy. Did you know that when you grind coffee, you need to consume it within 3 days? Now this, I opened up and it's 16 days old and I'm only on my own and it tastes terrible. So I can say, buy coffee beans, buy a quirky coffee grinder. You can get an electric one and only grind the bean that you want to have in your coffee. And I've gone, let's have a look. Let's move my little apple out of the way. The Italian percolator. A lot of people, I'm really surprised, do not know how to use a percolator. So I've gone for a rose gold this morning. And I have no idea. I haven't used this. I'm getting a bit nervous. Sadly, it is made in China. I will get a traditional one because you can't beat them. But I need to go to a local market. Laos coffee bean, Thailand coffee bean, Illy coffee bean. Just reminding you that you need to consume once you've ground the bean within 3 days. I'm going to have my fresh orange juice this morning. So let's have a look. You want to see how you use one of these? I'll show you how you use a percolator. Hold on. So it's really simple. It comes in 3 compartments. You fill it up completely until a little bit of water's coming out here. Right, and this would definitely serve 2 people. Right, I'll say it again. Fill it up with water. Let's come over to my ugly sink. I can tell you my home's going to have a nice marble sink. So fill it up at about that. Then you stick, let me move that, the feng shui's horrible there. Can you see how there's a little bit of water there? Just a little bit, not too much. Do it again. I've growing up in Australia with an Italian family. You guys were having cornflakes or Wheat Bix or Nutri-Grain, and I was having a cappuccino. Now, then we go back here. There you go. Come back. You can look on my YouTube how you can clean these rustic water. So these are very old and they absorb the water. Don't worry about that. You don't have to go grab a cloth or a mop. It will just evaporate. It's clever, isn't it? So you just grab your coffee and then you just, depending how strong you want it, I'm going to throw this out tragically because the coffee, because it's so old, has lost its taste. And I remember opening the packet and I could smell it. I don't smell it that much now. I'll smell it again. Yeah, it's there. So consume your grind coffee within 3 days. For whatever reason, this has lost its taste, proving my point. And then it's very, very simple. You just make sure you screw that on tight, otherwise you'll have all the coffee trickling. Just screw it, it's hard, it's easy. Not too tight so that you don't unlock it. And then what happens, put it on low heat on your gas. I might as well show you, hold on. So I put it on low heat because what tends to happen is, these are not like, if you can get your hands off a stainless steel, they're amazing. Italian percolator, and just make sure that, especially if you're cooking on gas, that the flames don't go too high, that you're melting this. I can't tell you how many times I've done that. So keep it a little bit less. Keep the gas so it's just warming here. So what's going to happen is the water filters up, you'll see, into here. I'll show you that. And I love the sound of coffee being made. I love it. So just going back. Today, I think I'm going to go for Thailand first. I know, you never would have thought Asia's great for coffee, but it is. And Vietnam have coffee plantations, fantastic coffee beans, grate it, and only grate what you're going to consume, and make sure you seal this tight. And then I've got Laos, which was fantastic coffee, completely different Laos coffee to Thailand to Vietnam. Then I've got Mr. Illy, and as I said, let's just go over here. Just consume it within 3 days of grinding your coffee because it loses its taste, smell, and this is around 16 days old and it just doesn't taste nice anymore. Going to put the coffee beans in. We're not going to put the coffee beans in there. What am I talking about? This comes out. Have you look? So you put your coffee beans in there. And then again, I haven't tried this out. So just to show you in the light. And just don't fill it up completely, but just put enough of what you're going to consume for the day. Remember, after 3 days, you've got to consume your coffee grinded beans within 3 days. That's why when you go to a coffee shop, you can hear them grinding the coffee and then they serve it to you. Well, a good coffee shop will. There's a reason for that. for the authenticity, the taste of the coffee. Look at this. This is all the way from store your coffee in an airtight container in a cool, dark and dry place for best results. Consume within 2 weeks after opening the bag. Ooh, I'm going to be drinking a lot of coffee, which is, I mean, you say that could be marketing. It could be. What does Thailand say? Oh, I like how they've got the sealant here. Thailand doesn't say anything. And that was done on the 9th of May, bought in Chiang Mai. So, it says 2 weeks of opening the bag and in a dark place. In a dark place, that's not going to be too hard in an Italian home. Rustic, come on, you'll hear it. You hear, grrr. There's my fire going. This is how I wake up in the morning. Now, I'm looking for a rental property in Umbria. And yes, very challenging. Here we go. Can you hear that? So the water's getting warm. I always do this. So we're going to open the Thailand coffee, which if I'm getting advice from Laos, needs to be consumed, left in a dark place within 2 weeks. But when you coffee grind like this, you've got to consume that within 3 days. Here we go. Rose gold, that is the trend for Italy for a percolator this summer. I just bought this. They range from, well, I've never seen it so cheap. This is €10, but Dolce & Gabbana sells it for €150 just because of the print, and a lot will range from 30, 40, €50. But if you can get your hands off a good stainless steel one, an old one. Now, can you see here? I haven't tightened that properly. That should not be doing that. What's going to happen now is the coffee's going to trickle, which is okay. You can lose your coffee. It's going to create a mess, and it just turns into, here we go. And it's tricky. If you have the water coming out, it's very hard to then, retract. Oh, so I haven't tightened that enough. It's a good example. Look. Right, here we go. I love the sound of the Italian percolator. This is what I grew up while you were eating Nutri-Grain, Wheat Bix and your cereal. Oh, look here. And see how it's coming out like that? And what I do, my tip is, I turn off the gas because there's enough heat to just finish this off to avoid carnage overspill. But I want to get that sound. Where's that coffee sound? Why isn't it sounding? If you want it stronger, then you turn it off. So I'm just going to turn it off. Look, I've turned it off and it's still doing it. Oh, no, it's not. I didn't hear the sound. Well, there you go. I like my coffee strong. I'm terribly sorry, but I'm going to put it in because it's... Nah, it just, to me, it's like, this is like American filtered nasty stuff now. I don't even smell that coffee. You need to be smelling the coffee. Jeez. Then, right. Once you've finished, make sure you cool it. I always take this off immediately so it doesn't damage the rubber. But there is no rubber in this one. Some will have a rubber. I'll show you what I mean. And you just do this. So let it cool down. You don't have to do this immediately. Coffee comes out. Oh my God, how annoying is this thing? I just do that, clean it for the next coffee. Same with this. Because if you burn it, it's going to be not a pleasant taste. And then I'm really cleaning it because I'm going to put the Laos. No, we're going to Thailand, aren't we? So just there, put it in there. I'm not going to fill it too much, you know why? Because I like mine stronger. This is for tea, 2 people. You can get a smaller one. I'm just going to put that in, should be enough. I'll leave that. Hello, Thailand. So remember, 3 days of grinding your coffee. You must consume it. Laos is saying 2 weeks of consumption after you open the bag. So we'll take their lead. Thailand doesn't tell you at all. Right, going to show you how this works. 1 sec. How do you know that your coffee's not broken or unsealed? Look, I like that. Can you see that? It's a little metal thing. Just going to show you here. Right, so make sure, don't buy it unsealed. And that'll just come off hard with holding the phone. So you can see that I'm just slowly unsealing that. Got to consume it. Well, really, once the bean is grinded, consume it within days, 3 days, and then 2 weeks. The package will take a last sleeve. Okay, watch. Oh my goodness. I can smell the coffee immediately once I unsealed it. That's my point. Because this is 15 days old, the coffee's gone. Can leave it in the fridge, it does help. But I am already living in Antarctica. I don't need a fridge. I can smell that coffee and it smells completely different to the coffee that I know here in Italy, the Arabic. Completely different smell. It's not so strong. It's subtle. Love it. Okay, so what I do now, isn't that gorgeous? Going to pour that in. Can I pour that in? Or I tell you a little trick. Pour it just in there. Isn't that gorgeous? La gorgeous. Let me take a photo of that. And then tip it in there. That's what I read. Again, as I said, not too much. Oh, do I do a bit? Well, let's see what that... Shall we do a little bit more? Remember, whatever you grind, and does that seal? Oh, yes. Well done, Thailand. That seals right back up, and I'll put it in a dark place, which I won't. Then I'm going to close that. Again, I have not used this before. Nor can I do it. This isn't a good start. Oh, hold on. Okay, you just missed all that video. I grabbed the coffee and I put it in here. I tap that. Swadika, kapunka from Chiang Mai, Thailand. I wouldn't buy this again. I'm going to buy the proper Italian one. It's stronger, it's more robust. I will find that at a local market and it'll be beautiful wood. I'll go for a much bigger one as well, but it'll do the job. Made from China. I bought it online. I rarely buy online, and there's a reason for that because I'm confident that this won't last that long, sadly. So, screw. I've cleaned this. I don't want Mr. Illy. We're going to Thailand for coffee now. Make sure you screw that on tight. You don't want it trickling around. Italian percolator, rose gold is what I've opted for. Make sure that this stays with under the brim of the percolator. You don't want to be going to melt the handle, and I've done that many times. So just to be safe. Now, what's for breakfast? This is cauliflower. I love cauliflower. It's great. It's great for menopause. And I'm going to put that in egg and flour and fry it. I love it. It's cauliflower season. I'm just going to do, look, Don't want to overcook it. I think, yeah, that's done. Yep. I'm going to cut that into little cauliflower pieces. Very, very healthy. And ceci, chickpeas. Italian chickpeas. Oh, great menopause food. Right, recapping. Coffee from Thailand. When you are buy coffee beans, make sure that you consume the package and keep it in a dark place within 2 weeks. But when you grind the coffee, consume it within 3 days to give that authenticity. This is Thailand, and Laos, I'll see you in a couple of weeks. And this is my coffee grinder. Put the coffee bean in there. Enough just for whoever. Thank you very much. Good to be in Umbria. I'm on a real estate hunt for a long-term rental. No, I don't want the Italian rustic home per se, unless they're good for summer, which I'll only be here in summer. This morning I'm going back to Assisi to check out actually the latest in apartments. Grazie mille. It's coffee time. Shall we see what the coffee difference looks like and smells like? The coffee bean from Thailand is more subtle. It is not as strong as the Arabic Italiano Mr. Illy one that I've got. But they're still brilliant. A great coffee. You do not need zucchero. You do not need sugar in a good coffee. Grazie mille. Let's get on with the cauliflower and have a great morning.